This program is designed and produced by the community with the support of TV Cogeco.
No, okay, County Kitchen's pretty good. Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Up to Date. I'm Bruce McIntyre with the Warden of the County of Renfrew, Peter Emon. Peter, largest county in the province.
Yes, it is.
A lot of opportunities, a lot of challenges.
Yes.
A few years ago, the county took over, assumed emergency services, paramedic services. Tell us a bit about the history of paramedic services, the evolution with the County of Renfrew. Let's kind of start with the basics.
Well, originally the service started as the ambulance service operated by the province of Ontario. Then it was devolved down to the city of Pembroke. Sorry, not the city of Pembroke, but the Pembroke Regional Hospital. Yep. And then I believe in 2003, it was further sent down or devolved, and it ended up with the County of Renfrew. And it's been transformed from an ambulance service in the early days through to the paramedic service, which offers a great deal of service because of the higher standard of training of paramedics.
Yeah, and I know that with the hire of Chief Nolan, he's really got away from the stereotyped ambulance driver to a professional paramedic services and all the services they offer. And with the county being so widespread, one of the biggest challenges he and his fleet have is meeting the response times. Perhaps you might want to tell our viewers about that.
Yes, there is a standard that the 20th percentile, the response has to be under 20 minutes on a regular basis for responses, and there's just no way that's possible without some very innovative means of getting out services. And because we have such highly trained staff, and they're very motivated, they're really caring, they engage well with people, they want to do good things, and they want to be helpful. And so in about 2007, 2008, there were several paramedics across the region who noted that they were going to people's homes for what they thought were preventable reasons. They were going for calls, and they thought, if we can get out and see these folks a bit ahead of time, there's some things that we can do differently. It'll cut costs and also be a better quality of life, and it'll make things better in terms of their health. And so they started staging in-home visits, and now there are 13 wellness clinics across the county on a monthly basis, and folks come in and they get their blood pressure checked and they get their meds talked about, and they have a little book they carry, and they chart, the paramedic charts it down. They take their pulse, they talk to them about nutrition, about healthy living, and so it's been a real benefit for us, and also most definitely for the residents of the County of Renfrew.
And one thing that the chair of the health committee, Janice Wisniewski, has made note of, it has a spin-off effect. It reduces the time of the patient going to the hospital, so it reduces that stress as well, and it has that real spin-off effect. I know in your neck of the woods, something innovative which you've been trying to do is, because of the level of cost of the service, you've kind of partnered with a different township to help them out with their ambulance service. Is that correct? Or?
Well, we've been involved with Addington Highlands next door to us, and with North Frontenac. And Addington Highlands is in Hastings County, North Frontenac's in Frontenac County, and we're serviced by their two services, one out of Denby and the other one out of Ampa for some parts. And there's been some problems with money. The paramedic services in those, ambulance services in those communities looked at the decline in call volume and wanted to reallocate some of their ambulances down south towards Highway 7, where there's the larger call volume. So we've spent some time with them lobbying their own county governments to increase funding. It didn't work. We weren't successful. And Chief Nolan and Janice Wisniewski, as Chair of Health, agreed to put together a different way of responding. So we now our municipality has given the paramedics space in one of our buildings in Griffith, and so they're on site quite a bit during the week, and they do the wellness clinic, but they're also there and bring people in, and they're on have a higher visibility in the community, and that should shorten the response times, which are very important. Yeah. Aging community. As we get older, the last 10 years of our lives, we use more medicine and more medical facilities. As soon as you hit 50, you start using more of this stuff, and so our population, I think, is about 54.9 years or something, so it makes sense to have the services right in the community as opposed to bringing them in on an as-needed basis.
It's hard to believe that, what, maybe 10, 12 years ago, there wasn't 24-hour service in the county?
Yes.
That's kind of, you can see the evolution that took place. And as we've seen, not to, one of the things the county of Renfrew has done is constantly reinvesting in communities. A new base in Arnprior, a new base in Renfrew, and there's something happening up in Deep River.
Deep River will be starting on or about the 1st of May. The site's been selected. It was purchased from the hospital at a very, very good rate of $1, and they've been very supportive, as has the town of Deep River and Mayor Thompson. And it's going to be a 3-bay garage, a drive-through garage. We're very aware of the fact that it's a residential area, or an area where there's residences close and there's backup alarms and stuff like that. So it's a drive-through with doors on each end. Each one of the facilities, ambulance, paramedic stations that we've built are built to survive disasters, and so it in theory could be a community resource should there be some kind of a disaster.
And speaking of disaster, one of the portfolios under Chief Nolan is Deputy Chief Worth is emergency management.
Yes.
Maybe touch a bit about that and let our viewers know their role.
Well, they are charged with offering assistance to local municipalities. In my case, Greater Madawaska, we had the macro burst, so the command post showed up, was there for 72 hours. We were able to use it to coordinate our fire services, the paramedics, the police, Red Cross, and they also provide valuable service in linking us with Disaster Ontario, or Emergency Management Ontario, I'm sorry, and also some of the funding. And in our case, Deputy Chief Worth stepped in and acted as our Emergency Management Officer for a weekend to allow our fire staff to take some time off. So they coordinate the response, and they're also charged with the county's emergency response plan if necessary.
And the one I think about the paramedics is they really, it's your neighbors, it's your friends. I love the paramedics here. And they do a lot of community support. We've seen them do the toy drive at Walmart in Renfrew. They have the actual Renfrew Rib Challenge,
yes,
which the paramedics really enjoy. And as the warden, you must be proud to see the paramedics wanting to stay here and make Renfrew County their home. It really is unique.
Oh yeah, they're energetic, they're bright. They're fun to be around. They really engage with people, and they care about their community and their neighbors. It's genuine. They come in their hours when they're not working. In the community, they jump in and do things. I see them at the ski hill volunteering there as well. Canada Day, you see them out and around when they're not in uniform, and you see them in uniform as well. Always ready to help out. We had a community day in Griffith where we introduced them and all the services to the community. There must have been 10 or 15 of them show up with various rigs, and it was really great to see them link up with their community.
Well, there you go. We've learned a bit of, there's still, we could spend all day talking about emergency services here in the county of Renfrew and healthcare in general, but that'll be for another day. For Up to Date, I'm Bruce McIntyre with Warden Emon, and we will see you next time.